We're gonna start seated today. Just find a place that's most comfortable for you. And if you like to sit up on a blanket or a block, feel free to elevate the hips. And just close your eyes. And just start to notice the parts of your body that are touching your mat. Maybe it's the top of the feet, or the outside of the lower leg, or the outside of the thigh, the sit bones. Feel that gentle length in the spine. And the stacking of the head over the shoulders and the hips so that the shape feels relatively easeful. And then with that sense of ease in the body, just bring the focus to the torso as you start to breathe. And just feel that gentle rhythm and movement created by your breath. And just ever so small movement here. Start to gently lift the chest up towards the ceiling. And take a tiny little curl of the spine, like you're taking a really tiny cat pose. And then just start to keep moving in that way, lifting the chest, elongating the spine. And then a gentle curl back. So you're just taking a seated cat-cow here. And with each round, just start to make the movement a little bigger each time. Just noticing what it feels like to ease into the movement instead of just going full throttle into it. And then just come back to a neutral spine. On your next inhale, reach your arms up by your ears. And on the exhale, draw the hands down to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to 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 heart. And then inhale, take your arms out to a T. Exhale, right arm over left arm. Give yourself a hug and round the spine. On your inhale, lift the chest, maybe the elbow. And on the exhale, curl the spine again. Inhale, reach the arms up by the ears. Exhale, right palm to the mat, side bend. Inhale, come back to center, reach up. Exhale, twist to the right, just tap your fingertips down. Inhale, come back to center, reach up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, come back to center, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms to a T. Exhale, left arm over right, give yourself a hug, round the spine. Inhale, lift the chest, maybe the elbows. Exhale, curl the spine again. Inhale, back to neutral, reach your arms up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale to center, reach up. Exhale, twist to the left, just tap the fingers down. Inhale, back to center, arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to center, arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms to a T. Exhale, right arm over left, curl the spine. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the elbows. Exhale, curl and round. Inhale, back to neutral, arms up. Exhale, right palm down, side bend. Inhale, back to center, arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to center, reach up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to center, arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more time. Inhale, arms to a T. Exhale, left arm over right arm, curl the spine. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the elbows. Exhale, curl the spine. Inhale, back to neutral, arms up. Exhale, left palm down, side bend. Inhale, back to center, arms up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to center, reach up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to center, reach up. Exhale, hands down to the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up by the ears. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart, and just pause there. Take a couple breaths in stillness after all of that movement. And just notice how you feel. Maybe you're a little warmer even though you didn't do anything challenging. Just a lot of movement with breath. And then from there, make your way up into tabletop. And you can find some movement here, whatever feels good. And take one more cycle of breath. And after you take the exhale, just sit back into child's pose. In your child's pose, just walk your hands over to the right a little bit and shift your hips to the left. And then walk hands and hips through center. Take the hands to the left, shift the hips to the right. And then unwind that, come back through center. Take another breath there. And then make your way up through tabletop into down dog and just take some movement. And then come forward into plank. You can keep the knees lifted or lower them for modified plank. And then just lower all the way down to the belly. We'll just take a couple rounds of cobra here. So first one, nice and small. Just lift the head and the shoulders. And then lower back down, pause for a breath. And then lift the head and the shoulders, maybe a little higher this time. And then lower back down, pause for a breath. And then one more time, lift the head and the shoulders. Maybe you try hovering the hands a couple inches off the mat. That means your chest will probably be a little lower. And then lower everything down. Press up through tabletop to downward facing dog. And then drop your knees down to the mat so you're in tabletop. And then reach your right arm out to the right so it's in a T, so you're reaching your fingertips out to the side. And then draw that arm under the body, like you're gonna thread the needle, but reach the right hand towards the left knee. So you get like a little extra twist there. And then we're gonna move in and out of that. So come back up, reach the right arm over to the right. And then draw it under towards your left knee as you lower down. And then just continue in and out like that at your own pace. You can move with the breath, or you can just move at a pace that feels nice. And then next time your right hand is reaching for the left knee, you're in that little twist, just pause for a moment. And then unwind that, come back back to tabletop and then back into downward facing dog. And then walk your feet forward to your hands, forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. And exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step to plank. Take an inhale there in plank. Exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale for cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And drop your knees back down to the mat for a tabletop. Reach your left arm to the left, so you're making a T shape with that arm. And then draw the arm under the body, reaching that hand towards your right knee. And then again, coming in and out of that twist, just at your own pace. And next time you're in that twist with the left hand towards the right knee, just pause. And then unwind that, come back to tabletop and into downward facing dog. And then walk your feet forward to your hands, forward fold top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step to plank. Take an inhale and plank. Exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And take your right leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands and come up into crescent. Reach your arms up by your ears. And then take your arms out to a T. Take your left arm over your right arm. Give yourself a hug. And like we did seated earlier, lift the chest, maybe lift the elbows like you're taking a little cow pose. And then curl the spine like you're taking a little cat pose. And then move in and out of that just a couple more times, lifting the elbows and chest and then curling. And then just bring the spine to neutral, reach the arms up by the ears. And then take your right arm next to your side and take a side bend over to your right. And then come back upright, reach both arms by the ears, twist the torso to the right, take your arms to a T. And then from here, we're gonna twist to the opposite side. So put weight into your right foot, twist the torso to the left, cartwheel the arms to a T and hug your left knee in. Pause there, so you're on your right foot, left knee is hugged in. And then from here, we're going to extended side angle with your right leg forward. So take your left foot to the back of the mat, bend your right knee, and take your right forearm to your thigh, left arm by your ear. Good. And then reverse warrior, right arm up and back. And then cartwheel your hands down, frame your front foot, and find your way to downward facing dog. And then take your left leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands. And come up into crescent, reach your arms up by your ears. Take your arms out to a T. Cross the right arm over the left arm. Give yourself a hug. And then lift the chest, lift the elbows, little cow pose. And then curl the spine, little cat pose. Just take a couple more like that. And then come back upright, reach your arms up by your ears. Take the left arm down by your side and take a side bend over to the left. And then come back upright, reach both arms by the ears. Twist the torso to the left, take your arms to a T. And then that little funky transition. So cartwheel the arms so you can twist the torso to the right and hug your right knee in towards your chest. And then from there, take your right foot back. So you're in extended side angle, left forearm to left thigh, right arm by the ear. And then reverse warrior, left arm up and back. And then cartwheel your hands down to frame your front foot and find your way to downward facing dog. And then drop your knees down to the mat so you're back in tabletop. We'll take that same rotation here a couple more times. So right arm to a T, draw it under towards your left knee. And then just come in and out of that a couple more times. Maybe noticing if it's feeling different at all the more you move. And then next time you're in the twist with the hand close to the knee, just pause there. And then keep the twist in the torso and just come to tabletop with your left hand under your shoulder. So you're still reaching your right hand for your left knee. I know it feels a little funny. And then you may want to walk your left hand forward just a little bit. And then if you want, you're going to tuck the toes, lift the hips, and come into down dog with a twist. If that sounds crazy, just put your right hand to the mat and come back to regular down dog. You have a breath there. And then put the right hand to the mat if it's not there. So you're back in downward facing dog. And then take your right leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, come up into crescent, reach your arms up by your ears. Take your arms out to a T, cross the left arm over the right arm. Lift the elbows, lift the chest, and then curl the spine. And then come back upright, reach both arms up by the ears. Take your right arm by the side, take a side bend. And then come back upright, both arms by the ears. Twist to the right, arms to a T. It's going to be a little different this time. So stay in that twist to the right. As you start to tilt the torso forward, you can walk your back foot in a little bit and you're going to come into this floating revolved half moon. So maybe you're pretty upright, maybe your torso is a little more forward. You have one more breath. And then back to that revolved stork. So come upright, cartwheel the arms, twist the torso to the left as you hug your left knee in. Back to extended side angle, left foot down, right forearm to thigh, left arm by the ear. And then reverse it, right arm up and back. Cartwheel your hands down, frame your front foot, your way to downward facing dog. All of a sudden, I'm sweating with all that balancing. Doesn't seem like it's that hard. Take a couple breaths here. And then drop your knees down to the mat. You're back in tabletop. Take your left arm out to a T and draw it under towards your right knee. Moving in and out of that a couple more times. And next time you're in the twist, pause there again. And this is that kind of funky transition. So come back into tabletop in the upper body, but your left hand is still at your right knee. You may need to walk your right hand forward a little bit and then tuck the toes, lift the hips so you're in that down dog twist. Take a breath there. And then return the hand to the mat so you're back in your regular downward facing dog. And take your left leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands. Come up into crescent, reach your arms by your ears. And then take your arms out to a T. Right arm over left arm, give yourself a hug. Lift the elbows and the chest, elongate the spine. And then curl the spine. Come back to neutral, reach the arms up by the ears. Left arm by the side, side bend. And then come back upright, both arms by the ears. Twist the torso to the left, arms to a T. Remember, this time we're staying in this twist to the left as the torso tilts forward. Maybe the right foot locks in a little bit to come into your little floating, twisting half moon. And then lift the torso, cartwheel the arms, twist to the right, hug your right knee in. And then take your right foot back, extended side angle, left forearm to thigh, right arm by the ear. Reverse it, left arm up and back. And then cartwheel your hands down, find your way to downward facing dog. And drop your knees, just come into child's pose. And then make your way up through table into down dog. And you may want to shorten the stance or make it a little wider. You can decide once you find out what's happening here. So we're coming into that same down dog twist if you want. So you can take your right hand to the outside of the left calf to start. And I find this one a little tricky because you have kind of just one line, like you're on a balance beam. But if you want, you can try to maybe start to come onto the ball of your right foot and lift your right leg up. Good. Return the hand and the foot to the mat, so you're back and down dog. Drop your knees to the mat, take some cat-cow at your own pace. Just recalibrate after that. It's mentally and physically challenging just to figure out that balance. And then make your way back to down dog. Remember, it might be slightly modified. So I make it a little shorter so my hands and my feet are closer to each other. Feel more stable that way. And then left hand outside of right calf. And then maybe you just play with how you move your left foot. So I like to lift my left heel and then maybe slowly take that leg up. And then return back to down dog. Just drop your knees down to the mat. Take several more rounds of cat-cow. And then from there, just make your way back to seated. I feel like for me, after that, I'm gonna do just a little bit of massage here. So let's just take the left hand over your right shoulder. Find your shoulder blade with your fingertips and then just walk above the shoulder blade. So there's a lot of muscle there. You probably feel like your upper traps. So just find a place that maybe feels tender, but not too tender. And then press your fingertips down towards the floor. And then just close your eyes, keep that gentle pressure and see if you can relax your jaw and your neck and your shoulder. And if you like, you can lift your chin up and away, so over to the left. Just take a couple breaths. And then just unwind all of that. So hands can rest on the knees or the center of the lap. Close your eyes and just take some shoulder rolls and feel how the right and the left shoulders feel as you take that movement. And maybe you take those the opposite direction. And then let the shoulders be soft, just like we did in the beginning. Reach your arms out to the side, up by the ears. And then bring the hands down to the heart. So just take a couple rounds like that, just noticing the movement of the arms and the shoulders. And then once the hands are at the heart, pause. And you can release your hands down to your knees. We'll just take the other side. So right hand over a left shoulder, just find the shoulder blade and go up above it so you can find that muscle, and you can kind of just feel around for a moment. And then once you find a place where you can work with, just gently press the fingertips down and close your eyes. And just take a couple soft breaths. See if you can use the exhales to just relax the upper body. And then if you like, lift the chin up and away over to the right. And then just release all of that. Come back to center, close the eyes, take shoulder rolls again. Noticing now how both of the shoulders feel. And take them the opposite direction. And then just let the shoulders be still. Take the arms out by the sides, reach them up by the ears, and then down to the heart. Just take a couple rounds like that at your own pace. And next time the hands land at the heart, just pause there. And you can release the hands, open the eyes. We're actually going to take a quick little restorative pose. We're not going to hold this as long as we would in a restorative class. So if you don't have a blanket or a towel, you're just going to be laying flat on your side. If you do have a towel, or the blanket or anything, I have mine. I'm going to roll it up so it's sort of the height of my rib cage. And then I'm gonna place it on the mat. I'm also gonna have a block as a little pillow, but it's gonna look like this. So I'm gonna take rib cage on the blanket and rest my head on the block. And if you don't have those props, just come into any sideline position. You can be flat, maybe use that bottom arm as a pillow. So if you have all the props, whatever side you're on, that bottom arm can just go directly straight out from the shoulder. So your shoulders probably nestle between your props on the mat. And if you like, your top arm can just loosely drape over the head. I know for me, some days that doesn't feel so good. It actually feels like effort. Right now it feels good. But if you don't like the top arm there, you can just find a place that you can rest it comfortably. And then wherever you land, just see if you can allow your body to melt and be heavy. And as you find stillness in your body, just let your breath be your focus. top arm is draped over your head, just carefully unwind it. And then take your time as you make your way onto your other side. So maybe you just carefully roll onto your back. Just really minimal effort to change shape. So you can just continue with this little time of relaxation. And then once you find that position with the body, that top arm can go up by the ear and just let it drape softly. Maybe you notice that the sides feel different as you reach that top arm. Maybe you feel some kind of restriction, or maybe you feel openness. If your top arm is draped over your head, just release it down. And then just carefully remove your props and make your way onto your back. Again, really minimal effort to get rid of all the props and find your way back. And then just sit in bridge setup here. So knees bent, soles of the feet flat to the mat. Maybe the knees are knocking in towards each other with the feet a little wider. And just take a little time here to notice how your body feels. A little restorative pose, get some nice length on the side of the body. And in our everyday life, we're just not doing a lot of lateral bending. So maybe you feel some openness or spaciousness. And then if you drew your knees together, just take them a little away from each other. So you're back in bridge with your legs, and then press into the feet, lift the hips, come into bridge pose, and just take a couple breaths. And then just lower the hips down, pause for another breath. And hug both knees in towards the chest. Take a gentle rock side to side. And then drop the feet to the mat. Take the right ankle over the left thigh for thread the needle. If you want, you can hug that left thigh in. And then unwind that, just change sides, left ankle over right thigh. And then unwind that, drop the feet back to the mat, walk them wider than your hips. And just take your arms to a T and windshield wiper the knees side to side. Last little bit of movement here. And then next time the knees are to the center, just hug them into the chest. Maybe take a final happy baby. And then if you're in happy baby, just release that. Hug your knees towards your chest. Give yourself a hug. And then find your way into your Shavasana. Start to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Circle your ankles and wrists. Reach your arms by your ears, nice and big stretch. And then roll off to one side, pause there, eyes closed. I think this is a great reminder for all of us. It says, no one is judging you as harshly as you judge yourself. I think we are our own worst critics. So I give you a little challenge today. If you find a voice in your head where you're being hard on yourself, you're a little softer. Press into your top hand, make your way up to a comfortable seat, eyes closed, hands at the heart. Hope you have a wonderful day. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.